Hey guys, what's up? George here, aka T-WreckSs, bringing you another Ray Shadow Legends video, and in today's video I am doing a champion guide spotlight on Grush the Mangler. As you can see, I have him here 60, 6-star ascended. Obviously you guys, if you haven't already pulled him from shards, you have him coming soon. We are almost halfway through the 240 days, unless you're early in the game. If you're at the same stage of the game as I am, we have him coming at the end on day 240. If you're really early, you still have him coming. He'll just be at day 240 for you. I pulled him from a shard, so I built him out to see what he's like. I did test him in Clan Boss as a sustain. He's absolutely fantastic. I unfortunately now run an unkillable comp and I don't have a key to show you him in Clan Boss, but I'm going to show you him in the Ogre faction tribes where he is actually absolutely clutch. So let's talk about my Grush the Mangler first of all. His skills, he is there for support. He's obviously a defense-based champ, so he's easy to keep alive. He is there to help sustain your team. He has a leech on his A1, which comes up to a 75% chance of release, and he places it before he attacks the target. So what that means is he puts the leech on. As long as he lands that leech, he also benefits from the leech, because then he goes and attacks that target. His A2 is an AoE, has a 60% chance booked up to a 70, 80, 100% chance to place either 50% decrease attack or 30% decrease crit damage for 2 turns. Obviously the decrease attack is the better of the two debuffs, but the decreased crit damage can come in clutch in some situations. You don't have a choice which one of those goes on, but it is a hard hitting move as well. And then his A3 is an AoE, attacks all enemies, places a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. And if he crits, will place an additional 7.5% continuous heal on all allies for 1 turn. So it's sort of a budget Bad El Khazar. He places 2 continuous heals, although one of them is the smaller one, as long as he hits a critical hit on this, and that's on a 4-turn cooldown. So he has 2 forms of sustain here. He has the continuous heals and he has the leech debuff there. He also brings an aura, ally defense in faction crits by 30%, which is absolutely fantastic. The masteries I have him currently in, they're not quite finished, I'm still working on mine, is I have him come down into War Master so that he heals up more from his leech and things like that. And then I have accuracy with Laura Steel and Evil Eye just for decreasing that turn meter. He is he needs accuracy to land the leech, and he needs accuracy to land the decreased attack and decreased crit damage. He's mainly there for that. He's defense based, so his chest I have him in is defense, but you do need 100% crit rate, or as close as you can get. So I have him in some crit rate gloves, speed boots, and then I'm currently building up the rest of his gear just to give him as much crit rate and accuracy as I could. So my guy's at 93% at the moment, and we have an artifact enhancement event right now, so I'm currently saving up my silver to make his gear better essentially. But I have him at 93% crit rate, 2.8 K damage, and then 223 accuracy. And like I said, I'm going to show you what he's like in the Ogre in Faction Wars, as long as I have a couple keys left, which I do, because I haven't gone in there today yet. I will be streaming tonight. The stream will be linked in the top link of the description if you haven't seen it already. Definitely come along and check us out. I just want to switch out one of these guys. I was trying something different in the next level up of this morning. We're going to throw in a second Skull Crusher. So my Skull Crushers are both built in lifesteal gear, so they get even more healing, but he is there to help heal up the whole team. So let's throw this in and throw it on auto and see how well he does at keeping my team alive and whether it works well or not. So as you can see there, he prioritizes his A2. We've got decrease attack on 2 champs, decrease crit damage on 2, and then nothing on the next one. Now I have my Bellower in a stun set. Obviously that really helps. You'll see there's the first leech gone up, and there goes the continuous heals. So obviously he is really helping sustain. My Maneater and my Bellower are not in lifesteal gear. Maneater is in speed gear because he is part of my unkillable team, and Bellower is in a stun set to help control the waves. So you see we've got leech on 2 of the champs right there. I'm just going to pause it right there. So now we have leech on 3 champs, and it's all for 2 turns, which means if any of my guys go and hit them, which they do with the counter attack the Skull Crusher provides, they're going to be healing up for a portion of the damage, right? Let's click it on auto again. I'm just going to let this run. I'm going to talk to you about him. He is actually a fantastic sustain for the Ogre in Tribes. Ogre in Tribes doesn't really have any healers or any sustain other than if you put your defensive guys in lifesteal gear, apart from Grush the Mangler. He is an absolutely fantastic champion for anybody coming up in the game. When you get to day 240 and you get him, he is actually probably going to help your account with progression. Now, as I said, I did run him in a clan boss team, and so have other people. There are other videos on him out there, obviously on YouTube, with guys who've pulled him as well, and he is enough to sustain your whole team, not in lifesteal. However, if you run a counter-attack team with Skull Crusher specifically, I would probably still put Skull Crusher in lifesteal, because obviously he takes a lot of damage with that ally protect, and it's going to help him heal up even more. 75% is still a reasonable chance to lay that leech, and obviously if you put the sniper mastery on him, it becomes 80%. You need enough accuracy for him to land that leech on the clan boss, but then you also have the 4-turn A4, which gives continuous heal. If you choose to run him in a 4-3 ratio, you'll get round to that move much quicker. It basically becomes a 3-turn move, so you'll get a lot more healing from him, and he is capable of sustaining your team RNG willing. If you get bad RNG and you don't land the leech, he's not going to sustain your team in the clan boss, but as you can see here, he's laying the leech more often than not in this faction war run, and he actually helped me do like 3 more stages of faction wars at 3 stars, because before my guys were dying off, they couldn't sustain themselves enough, even with lifesteal on. It's tricky, you know, lifesteal is amazing in the clan boss, it's amazing anywhere in the game, but obviously with the clan boss, when you hit War Master procs and stuff, you get a lot more heals than you do if you're just facing regular mobs. Now, I know I'm lucky, I get unkillable from Man-Eater, I'm getting stuns from Bellower, and I've got the 2 Skull Crushers in there, and I appreciate not all of you have that. However, even without the counter attack, he's actually pretty cool for keeping everybody alive with those heals. Now, if you do have a counter attack, like I said, I still run them in lifesteal gear, but he gets extra turns then to place that leech, especially on clan boss, which makes his utility even higher. So if you have a slot in your clan boss team, you don't know who to put in there, and you don't have great lifesteal gear, Grush the Mangler is definitely a good choice for that. I'm going to let this run finish, but that's it for me highlighting Grush the Mangler. You can use him in a lot of dungeons. Obviously, he's Spirit Affinity, so Dragon is not the best for him. He only has a single hit A1, but if you're struggling to get through Ice Golem or Fire Knight and you need someone to help sustain you there, he is definitely a viable option for those dungeons because of the heals he brings if you don't have any other options. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe. I'm making a big push for subscribers. I'd love to grow the channel. Come over and check me out on Twitch and hit the follow button to know when I go live. It's most nights, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening UK time. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves, and don't forget, get online and get wrecking.